Ahoy Rum Explorers, I am Nia and today we're going full garb for this review. I am reviewing Three Hearts Rum by Johnny Depp. Yes, we got our hands on this. So we do full unboxings for very few bottles, but for this one, you know we have to do it. It came in this rectangular shaped box, 10% off at the time. This is also, FYI, a first edition. It's 700 milliliters. It is sold by, anyway, it says Three Hearts Caribbean Aged Rum. Well, I noticed some people got their rums in a sleeve, which was really interesting, but mine came in this one. So let's bring it out. In this sleeve. Ooh, very exciting. Super excited. It came in this little packaging, which I think it's better than the sleeves I've seen online. Bottle looks already amazing. We know they took multiple years in designing the bottle.
Etched. If the stone cross comes here, you'd see this shit behind. Our signature would be, we can do it here.
Yep.
If the bottle was somewhere in this arena, here, you see how it rounds off right about here? But get rid of the bubble, flatten it out there, and then this roundness right here, this will be the same width as this. What's great about them is, look, they're crooked, they're not perfect. So it'd be good to see it green. This somehow feels like it creates
It's movement of some kind, right?
like in this section. See right where this label is?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look through it, like there.
Words have to go somewhere on the bottle. Where would you want the words? So it could be anywhere.
Over there.
Bottom of the bottle.
All right, we can get them in whatever shape we can. Centered on the skull, centered on the arm. Three rocks would be in that little.
Yeah, in between the cracks. On the back of this three heart piece, in Latin it says, "Love conquers all." What do you think, Johnny?
Feels like the percentage is stronger.
Is it consensus that G you really do like?
I think G is very solid. Really nice. The rum drinks you'll be able to make taste out of this world.
Cheers.
Okay, let me see. So it seems like they have a couple of doubloons, and I do like the fact that they kind of glued them to the bottle so they kind of stick. And then the other cool element is kind of like this thing that dangles from his hair or one of his locks in the movies, which is really, really cool. They also glued this down. It's quite an homage to his character, Jack Sparrow. Mine says 1125, first edition. And wow, even the labeling is quite beautiful. It literally looks like it's handwritten, even though I'm sure it's not. There's a little seal, has some elements of like 3D when you touch it. The bottle does have a Jolly Roger, a Thunderbolt, a 3, And someone did mention that the hearts are metal. I don't know. I think I might have to like pop it off. We did manage to scoop up 2 bottles. And then on the back, it does say that it's a bottle by Johnny Depp and Bobby DeLeon. Artisanal Caribbean rum, aged 7 years on an island in the Caribbean. His flag waved. A skull for life's brevity, a light bolt for sacred friendship. The number 3 for creation, and the 3 hearts for the loves of his life. 3 Hearts Rum emerged, rooted in loyalty, driven by purpose, and crafted with distilleries across the island. And then there's a little labeling here. It says 3 Hearts Caribbean Aged Rum Artisanal Lot 1125 first edition. And as you can see, this is glued here. But you can take it off. It's not, it seems it's just like a little bit of hot glue, so super cool. It has an actual real cork in there. Sorry if this is having a little bit of issues focusing. And then, like I said, the 3. Yeah, there you go, 3 Hearts. The Jolly Roger. As you can see, the labeling, and then the last label, which is here. So yes, let's hope for the most epic pop. It is quite protected even on the cork side, so I'm glad I brought a very trusty knife. There are some indicators, but I honestly don't want to chance it, and I also want to see what it says here. Also, the labeling on this is really interesting because it has a little tag on top of the cork, and it has the same Jolly Roger as it has on the bottle, and it has on one of the coins here. So one of them looks like a little compass, and then the other one looks like a coin, but it has a Jolly Roger and the 3 hearts. It's actually very, very cool and very detailed. Even if the rum sucks, I'd still probably keep this because it's a beautiful bottle. There we go. See, you gotta pull it the right way. So here we go. And beautiful on top, it does have the 3 hearts, which is really cool. And then if you saw a couple of his videos for the release party, he does have a couple of Latin words on here. It does say made in the Caribbean. It looks like Bobby and Johnny Depp's signature on one of the sides, the 3 hearts on the top. And then on the side, it says artisanal rum, and then it has the little Jolly Roger stamp with the 3 hearts on top, which is the same as the one side of the bottle. Okay, guys, let's wait for the most beautiful sound in the world. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, excited for this one. So again, this one's a 7-year-old rum, aged from the Dominican Republic. That seems pretty dark. It's a very reddish, dark amber, I would say. I know I did a total pirate pour, but hey, we're celebrating, right? So I hope you have some good rum to sip while I try this. I'm gonna let this aerate. Great news. I really wanted to go all out. I brought the Rum Aroma training kit. I also bought papers so we can sniff this. So I'm gonna do some research on what they claim the notes are, and I'm gonna match it with this Rum Aroma training kit, because I know a lot of the times everybody's nose is different, but I really wanted to see if I could pull the notes from the actual website as well. Oh, also they don't mention the distillery, and they don't mention anything besides general geography. So yeah, I'm seeing here on the website, it's very, very basic. There's literally no actual notes on here, which is a little bit disappointing. But it has general information on the fact that it's an artisanal rum. And then let's see if I can get more information. Oh, so apparently in this compass, it has the words direction matters in Latin, which is res ipsa locator, and it is a little bit broken off in one corner, which is really cool. Then truth, the thunderbolt, and crafted with intention. The launch, they say, was actually on 3/31, so I'm not far behind. Legacy, a reminder of life's brevity. They use the Jolly Roger, which I'm sorry, I don't think that's a great symbol for life's brevity. Then love, which is obviously the 3 hearts, and Johnny Depp, he's very picky with stuff, and he's an artist, let's be honest. He's an artist, so he's obviously gonna want something like this. So as far as notes, no notes, but I definitely have papers and the full aroma training kit, so super excited. So let's go ahead and nose this. Again, it is a very dark amber, like reddish dark hue. Yeah, definitely smells like Dominican rum. Definitely smells like potentially Brugal. But knowing that this is Bobby De Leon, but notes of like caramel and toffee, a little brown sugar in there. It smells very, very sweet. So I'm wondering if this is first edition and they're gonna release multiple editions. It'd be cool to see where they go next. In the Caribbean, I hope they continue, I don't know, around the Caribbean. I'd love to see Johnny Depp put out a Martinique rum. Be interesting to see. Maybe a little Clement Johnny Depp collab. That'd be so much fun. But again, the sweetness note, the legs look a little bit lengthy, but because of the color, I'm just a little bit skeptical that they might add a little bit of sugar or caramel, which isn't a bad thing. I just wish they would disclose. And then very sweet rum. The distillery, it's a mystery, so we don't know, but basically with taxes and shipping, it was $89. I don't know where you're at. They don't ship to every single state. As we all know, some are dry states, but this is definitely one of those that can ship at most states. So DR is the country of origin. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. It says cask type ex-bourbon, then it says a hint of Oloroso Sherry, but then it says that they finish it in ex-Cognac. 7 years aged. Is it Solera? Probably not, because I don't know of any company in DR. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. ABV is 40. Additives unknown. I'm gonna put type of glass used, obviously, as always, a Glencairn. And under the rum type classification code, we'll do it after we have a delicious taste of this. Cheers, everyone. Let me know if you have this bottle, if you got it, if you're gonna splurge. And not even that bad. Like, it's still below some of the bottles that I've seen out there from celebrities or like special releases from certain groups or people. That's quite enjoyable. No burn, nice and sweet. I'd say also there's the palate is very, very light. An aged Brugal, but very, very good, very smooth. Obviously not a flavor bomb, a very short palate, but quite enjoyable, like a true all-night sipping rum. I don't think I could feel myself getting fatigued from this, which is really cool. But yeah, very light, so I'm assuming it's a column distilled rum. But yeah, a lot of sweetness on the nose, not so much on the palate. Definitely, I feel like the aging cut the sweetness to it, so they're probably more well-used bourbon barrels. There's no peppery finish at the end, which usually happens with new oak. It's very smooth, very enjoyable. I expected something a lot more sweeter on the palate, so I'm actually quite impressed, if I have to be honest. I thought it was gonna be as sweet as the nose, so let's give it another try. Wait, let me cleanse my palate. Hold on. So yeah, quite enjoyable. Let's give it another try. Cheers. Yeah, it's very light. Very, very light. Very approachable. It doesn't taste like it has any additives. It's not very sweet or heavy on the palate. But let's go ahead and do the finger test. Let's see. Hold on, give me a second. I know. It doesn't feel like it. I'm honestly very impressed. I thought it was gonna be this sweet, syrupy, typical like celebrity type. And I typically don't buy celebrity rums, but I've been a fan of Johnny Depp since he was in Nightmare Before Elm Street. So it ends pretty clear. They might add a little bit of caramel because there's a smidge of residue on there. You know, I love doing the finger test sometimes when they don't disclose stuff. But there might be caramel, but I don't think it's sweetness because it's a little bit tacky, but not that much. Anyway, so as far as the Royal Rum Society's journal is concerned, the rum type is going to be aged. The Gargano rum type classification system, I'm almost 100% sure that this is a column distilled rum. So I'm going to say that this is a pure single rum. As far as the Royal Rum Society taste code classification, honestly, the palate, I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be so sweet. This is gonna be like a 7 or 8, but honestly, it's a 5. It's kind of in between. I'm gonna say it's a 5. And between bland and flavorful, it's also like kind of in the middle. I'd say like more like on the C side, between A and G. Then from harsh to smooth, I'm sorry, but I don't know if it's my palate, but I think this is a low on the smooth, like it's extremely smooth on the smooth side. And I'm gonna wait some 5 minutes and see if my palate changes, but it feels like it just keeps on getting smoother and smoother. Like, you don't even need ice for this. You can drink it neat. And honestly, I don't think it will pull through any cocktail unless it's like an old fashioned, maybe. I don't know. I've seen all kinds of crazy cocktails out there. For me, I drink it neat. Even with a cigar, I think it'd be a great pairing with like a medium cigar. So let's wait 5 minutes and try it again. Okay, 5 minutes. Let's try it again. Yeah, it's very light. It's very smooth. I'm gonna give it a 5 again. So it's gonna be a 5 CL on the Royal Rum Society's taste code, and under the light and uncomplicated, because it's very, very light. The palate is short and it's quite enjoyable. Okay, now I'm going to keep on nosing it. I was hoping for a little bit more leather. The fact that it's aged ex-Cognac, I'm getting a little bit of cherry too. So let's see. On this Aroma training kit, as a reminder, if you're new here, this Aroma training kit has all the different elements of what aroma is supposed to nose like. So I've had this for quite a while, and then I ran out of little papers, but now it's back and I got more papers. So now I think there's also a little bit of vanilla in there and tobacco, but we're gonna go ahead and try it out. So I definitely nose. Oh, you know what? It says Oloroso Sherry in their notes, so let's do an Oloroso Sherry, some vanilla, and then I think I'm going to try and see if I can detect some dried, caramel. Yeah, maybe some dried fruit. There's something in there that's a little bit sweeter. Okay, and we're back. So once again, we have vanilla. Oh yeah, vanilla for sure. Yeah, vanilla. But now that I smell the vanilla, now this is smelling more like tobacco. Then the next one was sherry. Yeah, definitely some sherry notes. Oh, the next one was coconut. I know I've said this before, but this doesn't smell like the inside of the coconut. It smells like the outside of a hairy brown coconut. Yeah, no. I'd say it smells more like the inside of a coconut. Let me know in the comments down below if you understand what I'm saying. But the last one is gonna be dried fruit. Yeah, no, the dried fruit is a little bit sweeter, but kind of towards that. Yeah, kind of like a banana runs, like a candy, like a hard candy. But yeah, this is freaking crazy. Anyway, moment of truth. Is this treasure chest approved? Honestly, I'm gonna have to revisit this with my Spanish style rums. I don't think I'm gonna treasure chest approve this because it is a little bit on the lower side. I really did enjoy Rugal's the toasted coffee bean one because the proof is a little bit on the higher side and I enjoy higher proof things. If they could pretty please, Johnny and Bobby, push this to like even like a 45 or 50, it would be amazing. Because I think the concept is incredible. The notes are really nice. It's a very sippable rum, which I did not expect. Like, I don't need to add anything to this. I could sip this all night, not be fatigued, but still have the feeling that it's like a Spanish style rum. Not too sweet either, because trust me, but sweet enough to where like, I feel like it's the perfect middle ground for everybody to love. I feel like this is gonna be the rum that everybody loves, right? So one of those things where like, hey, not everybody loves you because you're not rum. This will be the rum that everybody loves, literally. So I'm super excited I got this bottle. Thank you so much for watching this. Let me know in the comments down below if you have this bottle, if you're gonna scoop it up. Once again, super happy I'm adding this to the cruise quarters, and I look forward to the next rum. Cheers.